Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't, what are you waiting for? And if you have, tell all your friends. I'm trying to build up this little YouTube channel, and I really appreciate your support. Be sure and comment down below and join the Facebook group where we share lots of really goofy memes about movies and, of course, talk about movies. Now, today's movie is something that I saw actually a little while ago, and I'm finally just now recording this review in case you haven't seen it. The name of the movie is Extraction. It is rated R, very R. It's 1 hour and 56 minutes, and the movie review mom grade that I'm giving it is a B. And I'll tell you why. But first, I'll give you an overview of the movie in a nutshell, point out some tips for parents. Parents, pay attention. And some themes worth talking about, as well as some things that I liked and didn't like. All right. So in a quick nutshell, Chris Hemsworth. Okay, that sums up the movie for most of us. Okay, speak for myself. Anyway, he does an awesome job. He gives a very exciting performance in this action thriller presented by Netflix Studio. Yay, Netflix, for keeping us occupied during this quarantine when we're isolating at home. It's based on the graphic novel Ciudad, which means city, by Joe Russo. The movie is directed by former stuntman Sam Hargrave, and boy, does it show. The excellent stunt work in this movie is the result of his intimate knowledge of stunt work and camera work. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. But first, some quick tips for parents. First of all, this is a rated R movie. There is lots and lots of brutal violence, blood and gore, and brutal deaths with an extremely high body count. So there's that alone. There's some profanity. There are weapons and depiction of weapons dealers, drug traffickers, violence. Now, your kids might have seen that kind of stuff in video games, but rated M video games. So there's the heads up. Now, some themes worth talking about are loyalty, persistence and determination, innocence, and power. Some things that I really liked about the movie are, first of all, the fantastic stunt work and the close combat and martial arts sequences. There's just nonstop action. And in fact, one of the action sequences lasts 11 minutes and 30 seconds. And that camera follows with basically unedited camera work the entire time, kind of like in the movie 1917, where you're just like, wow, that scene wasn't even edited. Very impressive. And the camera work throughout the entire movie is really impressive, especially considering all of the stunt work and the action sequences and what would have been involved to get some of those scenes. I'm always amazed at how movies are made like that. In one of the flashback scenes, you see an image of a little boy who is actually the son of Chris Hemsworth. So that's kind of cool. Now, some things that I didn't really like are, first of all, lots and lots of violence. And a lot of times it just felt like it was just there for the sake of violence. It didn't necessarily propel the movie forward in some unique, clever way. It was just because it's cool. And so there's lots and lots of fighting. But again, so much blood and gore and brutality that, my husband and I were like, ah. Some of the action sequence even looked like they came straight out of a video game with kind of the over-the-shoulder camera work like Call of Duty or something like that. The plot isn't really anything we haven't seen before. Somebody needs to be rescued, and there are lots of obstacles in the way to success. End of story, right? But again, Chris Hemsworth. Apparently, a lot of people in Bangladesh have been writing very negative reviews because they're saying that this movie doesn't represent their wonderful country, and which is where this movie takes place. I didn't end the movie thinking, oh, Bangladesh is terrible. I mean, movies like this could have occurred in any country. So when you read reviews, kind of take some of them with a grain of salt because of that. There's one interesting line in the movie worth noting, and it's actually written by Paulo Coelho, who is a popular Brazilian novelist who wrote the book The Alchemist. He says, "You drown not by falling into the river, but by staying submerged in it." And there are a few underlying messages in that quote in the movie, but I don't want to give anything away. Now, if you like this movie, some other films that are similar that you might enjoy are Six Underground, Spencer Confidential, Triple Frontier, and Bright. Okay, I hope you enjoy this movie if you want to watch it. And thank you again for always supporting my channel. Be sure to tell all your friends, tell them to subscribe, and then click on that little bell and it'll notify you every time I upload a new movie review. All right, that's it for today. Bye for now.